Parker and I did 100 putts a day for the last 30 days to see how it affects our golf games. This is what happened. 100 putt a day challenge for the next 30 days.
The consistency of daily work for me really comes from Ben Hogan, because if you read 5 Lessons, he's like, for 5 minutes a day, just grip a golf club. But when you do it, you really do begin to learn about yourself.
The whole point of this challenge is to get me from putting like this,
that is the worst putting stroke of all time,
to a more consistent, repeatable stroke. What I've already learned in week 1 is having a shorter backstroke actually improves me hitting the center of the putter face. That was the number one thing that I realized. The second thing that I've been working on is trying to keep my head down as I'm putting the golf ball. Parker is a +2 handicap, so he literally does 100 putts every single day, and he's actually taking it to the next level. He is trying to make 100 putts every single day. The two things that I picked up from week 1 were my putting stroke and my grip. Those were the two things that I didn't realize. They were so inconsistent before the challenge even started. And once I started to realize what was working for me, a shorter backstroke and making sure I hit the center of the club face, that was the biggest thing that I picked up from week 1.
Of all the things I've had to do in my life day to day, hitting putts was not a difficult thing. That should encourage people. The challenge was be meticulous with each one of those putts.
Dude, week 1 was a very eye-opening experience. First few days was me trying to figure out what the structure even was. How am I gonna hammer out 100 putts in a day? I was looking at it at a whole. Once I got to like week 2, that started to change. Week 2, I wanted to change it up just a little bit. I wanted to focus more on getting up and down, so a lot more chipping was involved, and I actually started to see a lot more improvement in my short game in the rounds by just focusing on getting up and down.
Played a money game with some friends. The distances where I made birdie were all in the range that I practiced this week. Actually birdied 5 of the first 6 holes yesterday, all in the range of 3 to 8 feet. On the not so great side, on 17, the money game was getting pretty tight. My putt was probably 2 feet for par. I pulled the putt. I didn't practice any putts from 3 feet or less. The money on the line, I felt a little bit of pressure.
At this point in the journey, I was starting to take things from Parker. He missed that 1 2-foot putt, and he practiced it over and over and over after just missing one singular putt. To perfect your craft, you got to do the things that you're lacking in. And one of the biggest things I was lacking in this week was getting up and down, and I'll let you hear about it from myself. I started to fall in love with practicing short game more when you get more confidence with those shorter putts. I'm confident I can roll the putt end over end. Yep. What else can I get confident in? So that turned into chipping. My favorite drill that came out of this was me trying to get up and down. That was the best simulation for when I actually got in my rounds. There was just more confidence. If I missed the green, oh, well, it's fine. I can still get up and down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Parker with Pure Golf. As you're practicing, especially when you're intentional with putting, you're gonna go out to the course and feel good, and you're gonna apply what you've been working on, but you're gonna notice small things. What happened when you missed a putt? Because I just want you to take some time to slow down and think, why did I miss it? What happened in that stroke? Did I pull it? Did I push it? What were my tendencies?
I've got a little practice putting mat in my house, so whenever I get up, I hit 10 putts. Whenever I use the bathroom, whenever I am about to leave my house, I hit 10 putts. And that was the biggest thing for me during week 3, is actually falling in love with the small little practice times that I get and actually being able to fill in the cracks of my day. And through that, it accumulated to over 100 putts a day. I talk about it right here. I started to realize I can do 10 putts in between breaks of working, and then 10 putts after I use the bathroom, and then I can do 10 putts right before I leave my house. Rather than making it a big block in my schedule, it was more of filling the cracks of my day-to-day. I was able to benefit in 2 different matches. The first one was to literally save the match and extend it further, and the second one was to win the entire thing. From this, how you guys can take this challenge and do it yourself, and we're about to get to it right here. This challenge has allowed me to appreciate a part of my game that I had zero confidence in before. And to be quite honest with you, I was kind of afraid to put in the practice because I didn't really know where to start. I always thought that, my mechanics are off, like I should be doing something a bit different. But in reality, it's more of when I just put in the work, when I just started putting in the reps, I figured out more about myself than I did beforehand. And that's what I needed. I just needed the volume of reps. And Parker and I are at different parts in our game. Parker's shooting 72, competing in tournaments. I have my whole series of trying to break 80. Regardless, we were both able to do this challenge and we were both able to see fantastic results. What is one tip that you would give to somebody that is interested in seriously working on their short game, whether it is 100 putts a day or just starting to practice and implement some of these things into their routine? What would you suggest to that person?
You just had a great example of how this challenge applied to two different players in different ways, but still with the goal of making our games better, right? Like, sure, our handicaps have differences, but what you said about just putting in the work with golf, it's everything. And I'm going to break it down in a pretty simple example here. Like, let's say you're not feeling great, like you said about your putting stroke, and that's what's keeping you from getting to the challenge. Know that even if you hit every single putt the wrong way during the entire challenge, that those reps are going to give you muscle memory and experience for you to make better changes into the future. And you're gonna get some natural feedback in that process. So it's hard for me to even believe that you wouldn't naturally improve just getting the reps in. Don't let your own lack of confidence or lack of experience keep you from a challenge like this, because one, it's naturally just going to get you better, and two, maybe it's just setting you up to get to the next step of learning in the game of golf. And so I would say main tip is try it for yourself and don't be afraid in it to be curious, and even make some of your own adjustments that just seem to make sense for your level of the game.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys were able to pick up something from this video. If you guys could, please like, share, subscribe. This was the hardest 8-minute video I have ever had to edit on this page in my entire life. So if you guys could show some love, that would be much, much appreciated. I love these types of challenges. So if you have any other challenges you want us to try and do over at MyPureGolf, leave them down in the comments below. That's all I got for this video. Love you guys so much. Take care.